correct people, we greet you now. Welcome now to this our channel. If na the first time when they waka jam this our channel, make una follow us, make una like our page, and make una help us dey share our videos. Una know say na ogbonge updated news, breaking news, correct tori. That we dey carry come for una for here. So if you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, make una rush go subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that anytime we like say we drop updates, una go dey notified. Anyway, my people, make we enter the updates and the tori wey we carry come for una like this. Make una watch. Big disagreement for Edo State unto the situation wey be say Governor Obaseki and him deputy politics wahala no be here my people. The gbasgbos wey dey happen for Edo State unto this who go be the next governor for Edo State, e don dey long, no be small. Governor Obaseki and him deputy wahala my people. They say the matter said don't even enter court. Anyway, I go leave una now make una watch this interview between Arise News and some Edo State EDG. Wetin dem come talk concerning this matter wey dey happen for Edo State politics. Make una watch.
Now, let me start with you, Mr. Timothy, since you're here with me in the studio. What's your take on this alleged impeachment saga against the Deputy Governor of Edo State?
Well, I think for watchers of the polity of Edo, it comes as a surprise because what we are used to was the harmonious working relationship between the two characters in question. But like we say, unbridled ambition at times can be very, very destructive. Now, I don't see a reason why these issues should have come to this point it is now if things were taken more maturely by the Deputy Governor on his part. The elections or the purported suspensions that he has made him to run to court now, the elections are yet to even come. INEC has not even fixed timetable, and the speculation that he wants to be impeached is still at the realm of speculation. There's no such action on the table, and there's no such action so far by the House members. And going to court again has also thrown up two issues that I think Nigerians should also have reasons and cause to start talking about. Can an individual single-handedly just wake up one morning and go to court to seek an injunction to restrain two arms of government of spurious grounds? Now you are asking the court to restrain the legislative arm of Edo State government and the judiciary arm of Edo State from acting against your perceived or his perceived impeachment, which is still at the level of speculation because there's no action in that direction other than conversations that may not be true. Now, if not for the wisdom of the judge who has said that cause should be given or there should be a stay of execution, who gave an injunction or a stay order so that people can come and present their cases. If he was some other judge and give ruling on the grounds of what was presented before him, it would have been most unfortunate. Now, if a general precedent might be set by this pronouncement now, if tomorrow I feel that the president will implement his budget and may not favor my state, do I go to court to ask the judge to stop the National Assembly from passing that budget? So these are the conversations that this spurious court injunction that our deputy governor has gone to court to ask for. These are some of the conversations we should be asking.
Okay, Mr. Osifo, let me come to you. I'd like to know, why do you think that the deputy governor felt he needed a court injunction to actually stop any alleged impeachment proceedings against him? Like Mr. Osadolo has noted, he said initially the two men had great working relationship. So what do you think could have gone wrong? Why did he have to run to the court at this point where it is still all speculation if he's going to be impeached?
Well, first, let me start by greeting my brother, Honorable Timothy Osadolo. How are you? It's been a while.
Good afternoon, my guy.
But for me, I think as a human being, everybody has a right. If you feel your right is threatened and someone is about to trample on those rights, that's the reason why the courts are there. Whether an act of speculation. Otherwise, it is for the court to decide. It is better to take steps, necessary steps to stop an act which is possible, rather than slipping over your right and cry foul when the act is done. Now, an act starts from an intention. And I want to say that if it's become something that's been synonymous with Edo, particularly for the past 4 years. We were victims of an intention that was never going to come to play when we were accused of an intention to impeach the governor. It was this same deputy governor I learned, from my investigation while the battle was on, that he lied to the governor. For whatever reasons, I don't know, he always try to pretend to the governor that he's in control. I've been a member of the State House of Assembly where he rose to the ranks of a majority leader. He would always want to put to his boss that he has control of the assembly. He has the workings, the knowledge of the workings of the assembly. Therefore, I can always watch your back. In watching his back, he told him lies that never were. And at the end of the day, we suffered for the 4 years. And my brother that is there, I come from his local government to one of their local government. He knows, my abilities and what we would have done if we were given the opportunity. But the rift in Edo was largely promoted in Edo politics and even in Edo relationship by way of families, because we all know each other. It was promoted by no other person, by the Deputy Governor, Honorable Felix Shaibu. So when I see him running to Justice A.R.O. Mohammed's court 4, it's a court that Felix Shaibu is very, very familiar with. The question I ask is that in the same court, we were taken to that same court, when we went to that same court to seek redress, so that the court should have reasons to even listen to us, to address the reason why our seats were declared vacant. I can tell you, despite the affidavit of urgency that we filed, I don't know why the court thought it wise in their wisdom never to do justice to that question, to the question we sought, one way or the other. Now, what they are asking, the court is asking, should we not take it as a mere academic exercise? Why do you think that you should still be heard? In my view, and in the view of the law, provided we were there before the court, why the matter subsisted, I thought that the reasonable thing to do by a reasonable court, man by a reasonable man, would be that justice must be dispensed one way or the other. It must be well situated to say either we were wrong in not going to the house to be inaugurated, or the governor and his co-travelers unlawfully excluded us from the sitting. One way or the other, a decision must be reached. The applications are there before his lordship, and I still think that the right thing should be done. If not for the sake of the 14 of us, but for the sake of justice, for the sake of democracy, and for the sake of tomorrow. So for me, it was anticipatory if they say so. I am not a member of a PDP, so it is not possible for me to know the workings, of PDP or what they are planning. But I can tell you from what I'm hearing from the other side now, from a man who probably is well situated as a member of the NWC of his party, the PDP, then he's in a proper position, given his relationship with the governor and even with the deputy governor, to be able to enlighten us on what is happening. But again, it is this issue of impeachment. Anytime anything wants to go wrong, what they put to the table is a threat for the governor that somebody is just about to be impeached. I think if we didn't intend it, but Philip Shaibu, in his wisdom, maliciously led the governor to a fight that was not necessary, and we became victim. I think it is his own shadow. Like I said in the sister station this morning, evil has retribution. It is a case of when, not whether. Thank you.
Now, before I go on, I would like you to react, to what Mr. Washington just said about the deputy governor leading the governor, maliciously into a fight that did not necessarily involve the lawmakers that are yet to be sworn in. What would you like to say about that?
You see, a whole lot of things have gone down, and it's painful that 14 lawmakers, which had some very vibrant members, like the last speaker, as members, didn't get the opportunity to contribute to their quota. And I think that a lot of persons played one role, positively or negatively, in that regard. And at the vanguard of all of this, we could not have extricated the roles of the deputy governor alone, and let's just say, for the purpose of this exercise, let's flog him to death. The truth is that
hey, my people, not be small thing, though. See a lot, see credit a lot. Not be small thing, though. Wow, between Tikoff and I, this woman don't turn millionaire be this. So, hey,
he cannot retrace his steps back.
My people wanna see this matter now. I'm not dropping a comment. Don't forget to like and share.
I think the deputy governor is familiar with that particular court, and that's why he has come back to that court. And I don't know his level of relationship with the court, but what I know is that common sense has died in his calculations. If common sense has not taken a leave of his thinking politically, I'm convinced that he should have taken a background study of the state he comes from. In Edo, he comes from a zone where the first deputy governor of the state is from his area, succeeded by a governor who didn't do up to 2 years, and Comrade Oshomole came, another governor from his area, same local government. Now he has been he's the deputy governor now going to 8 years now from same local government. It's only expedient that for equity's sake, that room and space is given to all other persons to aspire. Nobody is saying you should not aspire, but don't force the system to come and crown you king, or don't force the hand of anybody to come and endorse you as against that of any other person. So for me, I think it's unfortunate what has happened, but it's not too late to walk his steps back. And in walking his steps back, I think if we not allow ego to become his hubris, there's still enough time for him to make amends with those he has offended. And whatever he is now, if he's looking and watching, he should also know that there are political stooges under him, that his actions and inactions may have consequence on. So he should, for the sake of the bigger picture and the unity of the states, shoot his ambition for now and wait for when INEC will make known its calendar for elections. For now, overeating the system when your principal has said he wants to focus on governance is something that is very, very unnecessary. They say over a year and 5 months for the end of this tenure. If for now the man says, I want to concentrate on governance, the least you owe him as his deputy is support and not confrontation or public embarrassment. Today, Edo is now an issue being discussed in every TV house, radio house, or newspaper. And what he has done to himself now by starting this unnecessary war, or media war, or whatever I think he's doing now, by October, November, nobody will be talking about this issue again. And he has successfully played himself out of the equation of whatever I think he's angling for.
Yes, so my people, not be smart in the shell for Edo State too. Now yeah, what these people they talk concerning what they happen between governor and deputy governor. My people, the update will carry come with this, so make una drop una comment and share na reason and make una no forget to like and share. Una do well. See you all in our next video.
We talk on the phone.